everybody. My name is Wendler. I'm from the Beat with Launica Bakeman. I'm here with Attack today, and damn, it is a pleasure to be here. Me personally, I'm a huge fan of you guys. I've been following you guys since your very first album.
That's right.
For that album, man, it still was incredible.
The glory days.
It's great to see you guys here, man. We're all native in Phoenix, so it's good to have you guys here. The first question I'd like to ask you guys is, your last album was a little bit different from this one because obviously I'm a fan and follow it. Did you guys go about a different writing process this album than the last one?
I'd say it was a little more just organic, this third record, than it was the second record. It was a lot more like everybody's kind of throwing in ideas and like just, I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's hard to explain.
It's hard to explain, but it was just what I could say about like the writing of that record is that I think what makes it different and like, made it so different is it's like there's no input by any one band. Like, you know, there was no other producer. There wasn't even like an engineer. You know what I mean? It was just the four of us in the studio for a month. Yep. And that was the record that came out. We're stoked on it. This is how it happened.
That's cool. Me personally, I get psyched from that.
That's right.
Is there any embarrassing moments on the road that you guys want to share with us? Anything that's happened that's crazy?
We just lost a grand in Vegas. That's pretty embarrassing.
How did that happen?
We just thought we were balling, and apparently not.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah,
It's worth a shot.
So that's pretty embarrassing.
yeah, it's
It's fairly embarrassing.
I don't know. That's probably the most.
Pretty lame.
Recently, yeah.
I'm sure there's more, but
Alright, well, most bands write from life experiences. A lot of them do. Have you ever been driving in the middle of something and just stop and have to write something because it's like this?
dude, I do it all the time. Like with lyrics, especially. Like when it's just like a hook or a lyric or something pops in my head. Like I have so many notes on my phone that are just random nonsense, like one sentence or even like a word or like a concept or something.
I'm in a band from Phoenix, and we're like a metalcore band. My whole band is like killing it. They're blowing on my phone, so pissed off. And you guys heavily influence us all. And what advice would you give small-time bands like mine to just encourage us to try and make it? Like any advice you would give us?
Have fun with what you do.
Yeah, dude, you don't want to not enjoy what you do.
Don't take it too seriously. I mean, you gotta take it seriously to get what you want out of it, but it's supposed to be a fun thing. Like that's why we're all here. Is we all just love music.
We didn't start the band to be like, we want to be the biggest band ever, whatever. We just started because we love playing music. You know what I mean? That's it. And it's just kind of how it worked out. Like, we have been the least serious band.
I mean, that ever. You gotta keep trucking. You know what I mean? If at first you don't succeed, just try again. You know what I mean? Because it's never gonna hurt. If you really love it, then
very
rarely
rarely is the first band the one that breaks.
You guys are playing at the Marquee in April. My band had just played there January 19th with a chance to play with them, and it's a big stage, man. We love playing there. It's like all of our people that we vitalize, including you guys, have played there. I know that the music business is very competitive, but why do you think there's so much animosity between other bands like yours and like all the ones that are on Warped Tour?
Everybody's just
could be some greed. Yeah. Could be some.
It's
jealousy.
Mostly it's jealousy. Honestly, it's like a band that's been doing it for forever, like some new up and coming band is doing well, and they think their music sucks, so they just.
So it's like people trying to one up each other too.
I mean, it's like, dude.
I mean, everything's always like that, dude.
It's like high school,
do that.
Straight up, like.
Because I remember you guys got some bad people talking some shit.
Oh yeah.
You guys, when your guys'
first
year on your first year at Warped Tour, I heard you guys got a lot of animosity from other bands. Just because you guys came out and was different.
Yeah, it's just we were doing well and we sucked, and that was
fear change.
Yeah, it was just I don't know. That tour was, dude. I had a good time on that tour though.
Yeah.
But
dude, this industry is just cutthroat, man. Like people just get so jealous so quickly. They forget. That's like the biggest thing that I see is like the biggest downfall for like other bands is when you focus more on what other people are doing, you're not paying attention to what you're doing. It doesn't fucking matter. Like if another band is better than we do, opposite.
You set out
Dude,
here
like this, we're all trying to do the same thing. And like,
it should be like a
music scene
united.
should be like a family, and it should like, you know, it should just be one big thing that everybody's just like helping each other, and like, trying to just be nice and be positive.
I don't want to take anything away from the bands you guys are touring with right now, and but what are some other bands that you guys are close friends with that you love to tour with, just big world tour and stuff that you guys have done before?
In Fair and Faith. In Fair and Faith.
The Ghost Insider, real cool guys.
I mean, dude.
Amir, people we're really friends with. There's a lot of.
Pierce the Veil.
We met a lot of cool people over the years, you know. It's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Just me personally being, because me personally, I'm into like all this stuff you guys do, the hardcore vocals and stuff like that. And it's like so many other different bands are about faith and about just whatever, some of them are about just getting some party. Like when people hear your guys' music, what's the kind of message you guys want them to get from it?
I can definitely say from This Means War, like this record, the whole concept of it and everything. And I think something that's just been kind of like on all of our minds is about like just not letting, you know, anything is possible. Like, you know, that record's about 4 people who take over a government. Like, you know, nothing, I mean, obviously it's a fictional story, but it's just, it's an example. Like, nothing's out of your reach. Like, people, you know, people will tell you you're not a good singer, you're not this, you're not that. It's like, you know, the mind is a powerful thing, man. If you set your mind to it, like, you can really do anything. And that's, I don't know, I guess what we want to,
let's say overcoming adversity is the general message.
It's just, and like also just like not taking things too seriously and just like enjoying yourself. And I mean, dude, you only get one life, man. At the end of at the end of the day, someone told me this, and it's stuck with me forever. But you know, when you're on your deathbed, you're not going to be thinking, man, I wish I like worried more, was like more stressed out. You're going to be thinking about all the great times you had and like all the good memories. Yeah. So like, live life positive.
Touching back when you were talking about the story you're trying to get through your whole album, is that kind of what your music video, The Wretched, is about, pretty much?
Kind of. It's just part of the story. It's,
that's more or less storyline.
Yeah,
just
you know, it's like that is like the part where the 4 people just decide to like, okay, now it's like game time. Let's get other people involved. Let's make this a reality. And I mean, that's pretty much the premise of the video.
What is your guys' favorite song that you guys perform? You can each pick one if you have a different one, and you know.
The Betrayal for sure. Our third song, or was it? I can't even say that though. There's so many. Dude, the new record, like, honestly, live is so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's just such.
And I can just tell by hearing that you guys have so much conviction when you guys recorded it. Me personally, I've listened to a lot of bands just because I look for inspiration from other bands too, because I'm trying to get my band up to where you guys are. You know, and you know, like I said, we base a lot of our stuff off. I mean, I've based a lot of my lyrics off of stuff that you guys have written. Honestly, I don't mean to sound like a fan.
No, dude,
you know,
you're good.
And just if you could pick, you know, if you could pick any big band in the past or present, dead or alive, we can go down the line if you have different answers. But who would you want to tour with?
AC/DC.
Queen, no question.
Queen's
Freddie Mercury was incredible. Best singer that ever lived to me.
Slayer would be nice.
That'd be pretty
I'd
cool.
still, I don't know.
Dude, Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, Rage.
Rage Against the Machine.
What about you?
Just say Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg. Yeah. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
See, because I mean, I've watched a lot of their interviews. This is my first one actually interviewing a band.
I mean, all of the you said are pretty huge. I mean, Rage Against the Machine was a really big influence on this record. Sugar was a big influence.
I think influences, man, can come from anywhere.
Dude,
it doesn't have to be
and like
band,
that's
you know?
like that's just
like,
music, like thing. I
it
mean,
could
dude,
be a feeling or
like,
a, you know,
dude,
a thought or anything.
Absolutely. Like, you know, those are just some bands that we were listening to.
Yeah.
Like, that's not even like close to a little bit of inspiration we got. You know what I mean? It was like our inspiration just came from the past 3 years. Like you know, it's
a culmination of what we've all learned and being a band this past, you know, whatever, just made what that record is. That's what the inspiration was.
I mean, there's like, you know, the music's only one thing, dude. There's so much, like, I don't know. A record has like an emotion to it, you know, it has a vibe, it has a feeling. Like, I just think our emotions, and that's more so what the inspiration has been, way more than any band or anything we've ever heard.
That is by, you know. And speaking of like being out in the business and stuff, what is some like bad business advice or career advice people have given you throughout?
Quit.
Don't sign anything
You suck. Stop being a band.
Yeah. Take our money. Sign this. Dude, I mean, there's plenty
of shady shit.
Yeah, there's a
on,
whole
man.
lot of shady shit.
If you're
especially when you're first starting out, man, because you don't know, and they know you don't know what's going on. So we'll try
to any band when you're getting signed, talk to some sort of lawyer or something if you can, if you have a connection. Like, go for it.
You want good bulletproof
Read
advice.
the whole contract.
Yes.
Really think about it.
Get a freaking lawyer. But most importantly, the very first contract you get, if you get one record contract, don't look at it straight away. If you get one, you'll get 10 more. It's just the way it works.
Dude, it's, I don't know.
That touches again on what advice you'd give a young band guy like myself.
Just throw number one away. Don't even look at it. It doesn't matter.
I was gonna ask this question, but you already kind of answered. Like, what are some do's and don'ts along the way when becoming a band like yourselves? I mean,
dues, play a ton of shows if you can. Try and play a lot of shows outside of your home state. It's expensive, but shell out for good recordings and, like, you know, songwriting and whatever if you can.
Also that, I mean, stay close to your family, because when you're on the road, you forget about it.
It's true. Yeah, dude,
Don't talk to a lot of people.
Yeah, you gotta stay real for sure on the road. Like, I don't know, it's pretty crazy.
There are definitely sacrifices that you have to make. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh, we got a bus and we're in a band now, so everything's okay. It's like,
Dude,
there's still life. You know what I mean?
Life,
you know, shit still goes wrong. Like, nothing's ever gonna be perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Always persevere. Nothing's the end of the world. We've seen some shit. Like, we have seen some serious shit.
It's only the end of the world if you let it be the end of the world.
Yeah, you just gotta roll with the punches and, like, know everything's gonna be all right. And as long as you follow your heart and like what you want to do, like, you can't go wrong.
it's good advice, man. I'm taking all this to heart personally.
Sweet, good.
It's cool,
That's
man.
good.
Well, this will probably be the last question that I ask you guys. I really appreciate you guys' time. But if you could play anywhere in the world, any venue, where would it be?
What's the New York's Madison Square Garden?
Yeah. Madison Square Garden would be
That'd be real tight.
awesome. Wembley Arena.
Where the ACDC.
We played Wembley.
Shit, Donington.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Dude, I would.
Is it
never that
Wimbledon or like whatever it's called, where Foo Fighters played and it's got that circular stage?
Yeah, it's
Oh, man.
dude, so many bands.
That would be badass.
Muse plays there too. I think Enter Shikari's about to play there soon as well.
It's just the biggest.
All right, guys. Well, I really appreciate your time, and I really appreciate
Thank you.
your guys'
Appreciate
music personally. We're gonna be inside watching you guys' show, and we're hoping to expect great things. So thank you guys so much for your time.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.